And hi guys, we are here at the Honda Fit display. We're doing Motorhead on what? MonteysStyle. We're here with Chris and he's going to tell us about the 2015?
Correct.
Honda Fit. It has a new style, it has a new look, and it's a little bit bigger. And I heard it's getting a little more gas mileage. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. It actually gets smaller on the outside and bigger on the inside. So we have geniuses at packaging efficiency. So it's kind of like Santa's bag is how I call it. You can fit more stuff in this thing than you could possibly think could fit in there. We've actually increased the interior passenger room by a dramatic amount. Rear legroom is actually 4.8 inches bigger than it was before. Cargo capacity is still class leading. Flat folding seats. The seats fold up, they fold down, they fold all different ways, multiple different configurations, so you can fit a lot of different types of cargo and people in the car at the same time. So it's really a packaging marvel. But beyond that, we added an all-new direct injected engine, 130 horsepower, so horsepower is up a lot from the previous generation. But at the same time, for the base model on the LX, we achieved class-leading fuel efficiency, 41 miles per gallon in the city on the EPA rating. So I'm not sorry, on the highway, on the EPA rating, not in the city. And so it's got more power, it's more fuel efficient, it's got more space inside, it's more comfortable than ever. And we also introduced the new display audio entertainment system in the dash on the EX levels and above, which integrates with smartphones, has app-based functionality, including a downloadable navigation.
That's going to be fun to play with, guys.
So it's a downloadable navigation app for $59.99. You can put Navi in some of our mid-level cars without having to jump up and buy the more expensive one.
So you're telling me this is like my mother's purse, a tiny purse, but it has everything in it?
Exactly. You could fit everything in there. You know, I mean, everything your mom would want to fit in there would certainly go. She would. It actually has more cargo capacity than some full-size SUVs, believe it or not, when you look at the numbers.
Oh, wow. So why don't you show me what's so new about this Fit? Because I'm looking at the whole new structure of the front and the back. It has a whole new face.
Absolutely. It is a brand new vehicle from the ground up. So everything you're looking at is brand new. The styling is a lot more dramatic, I think, in many ways.
It's a little more aggressive and nice and sleek on the sides, but it's a little more aggressive.
I think it's more aggressive, definitely. The sculpted line in the side, for instance, you know, that's believe it or not, in production, that's difficult to do. That talks about the premium nature of this vehicle. It costs a little bit more to put that line in the side of the car, but it's more expressive. It's more premium, and that's how we've always positioned the Fit in the United States as a premium small car. It's not an econo box. It's not a place to punish yourself because you can't afford a bigger car. It's a small car for people who want a nice small car, and we've done that even more with this vehicle. One of the things that you see on this side, since we're standing here, this little thing right here is actually a camera in the mirror, and it's called Honda's Lane Watch blind spot area display. And basically what happens is when you put on your right-hand turn signal, it will display in that center screen there what is in your blind spot back here. So
now that's cool.
You are not missing anything in your blind spot. So it's an additional way to provide visibility. I mean, there are great big open windows in this car, so you can see out already. But the idea behind Lane Watch and the big open windows is to give the driver as much info as they can. They're driving a small vehicle. We want them to feel secure, that they know what's all around them, and that they can make good driving decisions.
And we need a lot of lane watches. I'm one of them. Speeder, in and out.
Yeah, well, if you're that kind of driver, there's actually a button that you can push on the end of the stalk that will leave that camera on all the time, not only when your turn signal is.
This is getting better and better.
And that way you can really see and evaluate what's around you to make sure that you're driving safely.
So this is a straight 4 or a 4 turbo?
This is no turbo engines in this. It is a direct injected 4-cylinder engine, but it is class leading for standard engines. So it's it's a great piece of core Honda technology, powerful, fun to drive, yet fuel efficient.
Front wheel drive, we all know that, but something else I wanted to talk about was the new back framing of these new bumpers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what you're really looking at here is style. You know, the functionality of the bumper is what it is, but putting those black inserts in there provides some contrast, draws the eye a little bit down to the bottom of the vehicle, and creates a stance for the vehicle.
Great. Now, does it still have all that room with that's what I was talking about, guys. That I am very impressed with. But does the seat still fold both ways?
Yeah, so we have a 60/40 folding seat, and either side can either fold upward or downward flat as you see right here in the cargo area. And I can show you on the side here.
Sure.
What we call this the magic seat. So you could be sitting like that with a lot of cargo, or if you have something really tall, you see how low the floor is there?
Yes.
That's because we don't have the fuel tank underneath the rear seat. Fuel tank is actually fairly flat. It's up under the front seats. So what that's allowed us to do is create this extremely tall space from the roof all the way to the floor. Imagine you want to buy a house plant.
Right.
And you want to bring it home. You don't want it sticking out the window.
Pine tree.
Exactly. With the fit, you just put it in here and it fits because the floor to ceiling height is so dramatically high. You could also fold both seats up that way. Some people will take the wheel off a bicycle, roll a bicycle in there, and it fits with the handlebars on, everything else. So, there's so many different configurations. We're here on the East Coast, but on the West Coast there's a lot of surfing, so a lot of surfers like this vehicle because there's a mode like this, where you fold it down like that. Now in this mode, you could put two surfboards, take the headrest off, put two surfboards, long boards, all the way to the front of the vehicle.
Wow.
Sit tandem with your passenger, and two guys can go to the beach and go surfing. Right? So there's so many different ways that you configure. It's like the Swiss Army knife of cars.
Yes. So options?
Lots of different options. We start with an LX trim, which is our base model. Pricing only goes up $100 over the prior model, yet we've added standard backup camera, standard Bluetooth, lots of nice standard features even on the base model. Step up to the EX trim, you get this 7-inch capacitive touchscreen that's talking about pinching and swiping like on your smartphone. Really, really cool high-end stuff. You get the lane watch system on the EX cars. You get a moon roof, which was not available in the prior fit.
Yes.
So there are a lot of nice creature comforts that really just raise the bar. We've raised the refinement level of this car, I think, to the level, makes it more equivalent maybe with a Civic level of refinement as you're driving it and you feel it. The quietness of the car is improved. It really is the most premium small car out there on the market.
What I actually enjoyed about this vehicle is the blind spot mirror. Well, window. Sorry.
The windows, yeah, and that's something that even on the prior generation Fit, it's important. This car is a world car for us. We sell hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these around the world. It's one of our best-selling models, especially in developing countries, and in those countries. Pedestrians and bicycles and all of those sorts of things share the road with cars much more than they do in the United States. So visibility is a major issue. We want to make sure that people can really see what's going on. If a person's standing right here getting ready to step into the street, the driver needs to know about it. So they really need good visibility, and it's a priority on most of our models now to make sure that you don't have big pillars in the way blocking view of things. So that's part of that effort.
So they're still giving you the same 3 years, 36,000 mile warranty?
There's a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and then there's a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which covers the engine transmission.
So Chris, my next question is price.
So price starting, I don't have the exact number in my head, but just over $15,000.
Starting?
For starting. And it's only $100 up over the prior model for the base model. The EX model, which is roughly equivalent to the Sport model on the outgoing car, is only up around $225, I think, but with lots of additional added standard equipment. And as I said, a higher premium level equipment. We've also toughened up the front crash structure, and we anticipate scoring top ratings in IAHS testing and also in NHTSA governmental testing.
Yes.
So safety of the small car, we anticipate great safety ratings as well.
So then it has a whole new body frame then?
Oh, it is all new from the ground up. A lot more use of high-strength steel. Designed to lighten the vehicle for fuel efficiency, but also to strengthen it for crash tests. So, it's more premium than just the features that you're putting in there. It's premium in engineering prowess and safety features as well.
So then we have to check that on the Institute of Safety, guys, for crash testing. But last year, I think it got a good.
Actually, for 2013 rating, we did in most of the barrier tests. There's a new small overlap test, which is very, very challenging because it only basically offers impact to a very small range of the front of the vehicle.
Yes.
And very few vehicles have performed well in it. So with this new model, we've added the body structure in there to make sure that that it will perform well.
Well, this vehicle actually sells to a lot of the young guys because they usually like to add kits to it. But I'm noticing lately with a lot of the Civics and the Honda Fits that it already has its little sort of gadgets and kits already set in. You can't do that much to it anymore.
Well, you might be surprised. You know, the SEMA show each year in Las Vegas is kind of a place where people show off what they can do with customizing vehicles. So I do anticipate that we'll see a few of these at the SEMA show this year. We got the cars just now going on sale, and we got all through the whole summer for people to figure some things out. So I think if you keep your eye open in November when the SEMA show comes around, you'll see a lot of stuff for this car. I think people will develop.
The last one I saw there, it had a large DJ booth in it. It was pretty cool and bright lights.
Yeah.
So I was just amazed on what they could do to it, but they kept it a fit.
Yeah, you can do. I mean, that's the nice thing. It's like that large cargo or the large passenger area provides lots of opportunities to do unique things inside there. Naturally, not everybody's going to do their vehicle up like a SEMA project car, but it's sort of like fantasy land, and then maybe somebody will do something a little bit less. It's like you watch the rich and the famous go to go to Fiji on vacation. You go to Florida, and you have a good time. But so some people will do minor things, but we offer a full range of accessories for the vehicle ourselves. There are different wheels and different types of interior treatments, things like that you can buy through Honda. But certainly, as people buy them, they'll decide that they want to customize them themselves, even beyond what we offer.
Yes, a lot of the young kids are customizing them. But when the Fit first came out was 2000 and...
It was
2011?
No, it was 2006. As a 2007 model. So we actually launched the US version of the Fit a couple of years after the Japan version was already on sale. So our first generation Fit only lasted a couple of years, and then we got an all new one. So this is actually into the third generation now.
Great, because I would actually see this as a commute car, or I saw, I'm going to be honest, a lot of old ladies driving it.
Right.
But I can tell you for 2013 and 2014, I seen nothing but young kids. And I mean from the age of 20 to 25, putting great rims on them, putting great kits on them.
Right.
One of my friends has one, and his looks like a big orange.
We've offered some great colors in this, and this year we're offering a new yellow color. There's one actually up at the front of our booth, which is a standout color. It's not for everybody, but it's a very expressive color, and that's kind of what we feel is a lot of young people want to express themselves. They want their car to reflect what their values and their feelings.
It's a college kid's car.
In a lot of ways, it will be, and it would be a great first car for somebody. We offer, a new CVT transmission, but we also offer a 6-speed manual transmission for the people who still want to row their own gears.
Have control.
It's a car that, as you said, appeals to older people and to younger people because it's really about a lifestyle. It's about a choice of being active and having the space to do what you want to do, and not really sacrificing anything in this vehicle. You got lots of passenger space, lots of cargo space, good fuel economy. It's easy to park because it's
a fun car,
and it's fun. It's darty. It offers a lot of. You're not going to win drag races versus a V8 powered car.
But it's a Honda.
But it's a Honda, and let's face it, we're all stuck in traffic most of the time anyway. So
and you want to be comfortable.
When you get a little bit of an open road, it's still fun to drive. So that's the nice thing. But the addition of a sunroof.
I'm just surprised that they never tried to make this into a 4x4 or do a electric hybrid.
We do have an electric version of the Fit, actually, the Fit EV, on the prior generation body. And so that's on sale in, I don't know, maybe 30 states, I think, at this point. Maybe not 30, but a lot of states around the country. We're actually leasing it, and they are still available through maybe the end of this year. We'll be finishing up that program because we've got a new body.
Right.
So our next electric vehicle offering we haven't made announcements on yet, but something is coming soon.
Will they be bringing them to the northern states?
Actually, Fit EV is available in the Northeast states. Yeah, it is. The problem is that we have a very short supply of them. Demand was so strong, we had such a great lease price on it that they're virtually sold out. So we have waiting lists at all of our dealers. So it's a little bit of a challenge. I don't want to drive anybody down to the dealer right now, expecting that they'll find one right there. But there are still more coming in through this year. But the dealers each have waiting lists. So if somebody's really interested, they would need to talk to a dealer and try to get on a list. And who knows, some of the people that were on the list maybe have bought something else since then, and they could still get one.
Well, once again, I'd like to say thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure to reintroduce the Fit. So hey now, someone now, hey fans, this is MonteysStyle doing Motorhead with Chris. He knows more than me. I'm not happy. Thank you, Chris.
Yep, you're welcome. Yep, have a good day.